Hey everybody, so I want to thank DataColor for sending me their DataColor EZ and their DataColor Spyder X. I haven't started reviewing the other one yet. In today's video, we're going to talk about the DataColor EZ. They sent this to me to review. I will, as I understand it, I will be sending it back to them, so it was not a gift. At any rate, the DataColor EZ is a little pocket-held gizmo with a changeable battery here that you can use to take readings off of objects to get their exact color. The device is really intended, as it is right now, for like interior designers or people who are matching paint colors. However, it does have a use for photographers, and we'll go over that as we go through this. So the first thing to do to use it is we have the DataColor here. We have the app open on my phone, and what we're going to do is connect. And we do that by holding down the button on the DataColor until it turns green. A little bit bright here on the tabletop, but you might be able to see that. We'll hit connect, and it's going to start connecting. And then all of the magic should happen. I'm using a loaner phone while my normal phone is off at the factory being repaired. I haven't actually connected these yet, so let's see if they are going to work or not. There we go. It's working. Okay. That was not where I wanted to go. Okay. So first thing we're going to do now that we are connected is we're going to calibrate. Where is that? Calibration. Here we go. Okay. So when you read with the device, you want to have this little cover here popped open. I'm going to close it. And now that it's closed, we can calibrate. It's very important to keep this calibrated because outside lighting conditions will affect your readings. So I did a series of tests with the exact same objects under daylight, daylight in shade, and indoor lighting with the color reader, and with a couple of exceptions, they came back with slightly different colors in the different lighting. And I believe that's because very bright light will penetrate the plastic housing on this, which affects the reading from the sensor. So I let DataColor know that was happening and what I suspected was going on. And at any rate, that's just a thing to be aware of. When you change lighting conditions dramatically, you want to go ahead and recalibrate each time. So using this is really simple. Let me grab something here that's got some color on it. We use this old Dektol can. I'm going to hold the DataColor up to it, and I'm just going to push this button, and now it's going to take a reading. Now the reading's going to give me some information here. It's going to give me Steinbeck, if you are very patient, I will take a reading off of your fur and we'll tell you what color you are, although we know it's brown. Okay, so the reading here is telling us some different things. Different colors of paint and things like that, which are, again, important for interior designers. However, if you're a photographer, they're not super important. So if we go into info, Now we can get the lab color, not super important again, but we can now get the RGB. This is going to be important for you if you're a photographer, or the hex color if you're doing web design. So what this tells us is how are we going to use this as a photographer? That's the important thing that we want to know. And the way that we do this as a photographer is we're going to have the data color, we're going to have our thing that we're photographing, whatever it is, and we're going to use the reading off of the data color here to calibrate the colors in post. So for instance, if we know that, well, we do know that this can's color is 229, 154, 10. Okay, if you wanted to take multiple readings and average them out, nothing wrong with that at all. Probably a really good idea, in fact. Now, if we get this back into post, and our photo editing software says that, say, 220, 174, 63. It's a much different color, but bear with me. What we can then do is use our calibrated reading from the data color and our object here to adjust the color tones in post. That way, we can have the images in post with colors that actually match what was read by our data reader, our DataColor EZ color reader. So that is the way that you want to use this as a photographer. In terms of actual usability, really, really straightforward, super intuitive. Don't even have to read the manual and you'll be able to pick it up in, I don't know, took me 10 seconds, should take you about 4. So there are some in-depth things you can do here with the app as well. Oh, good, it saved my history. I wasn't sure if it would save my history when I switched phones, but it did. So you can go through here and you can look at your history and by the date and the different color readings. So let's go back up to the top. And we can see here the oopsie reading I did at the very beginning and the reading I intentionally took off of the Kodak can. Now, what we can do is if we know from the EXIF data in our images what day the photos were taken, we can go back to that date. We can find the color reading that we took on those images, and then we can use that color reading for our calibration. And this is a good way to go back and find that information. And you can see in here, right in here is where I was doing different testing on the same objects in different lighting. And you can see how the lighting conditions affected those similar colors indoors and out. At any rate, so this is a really useful part of it. I did let DataColor know that I had a couple of suggestions. One of them was to have an option here to display RGB, which would be significantly more useful to photographers than lab color or paint colors. This has been a quick look at the DataColor EZ. One of the goals of this video was to show you how photographers can use it, because there aren't any videos about this tool geared towards photographers online. They've all been about how to use it as an interior designer or similar. So that is how we use it as a photographer. You take your reading, you use the data from that reading to calibrate your colors in post, and then you can use your reading color to color match across your images. This is going to be exceedingly useful if you're doing product photography, where you need to have every single photo have the exact same colors for that product. You can color match that product off of your calibrated reading and then adjust every one of your photos to have that same color balance to achieve the correct color in your photos across the board. And I think that's going to be one of the best and strongest uses for photographers for this. Another one, of course, would be for landscape photographers who want to, or wildflower photographers who want to get very, very precise and accurate colors in their images after they've taken them and brought them back for post. So at any rate, this is my review of the DataColor EZ, a very useful, very tiny, pocketable little tool that you can use as a photographer to help ensure that you're getting the most accurate colors possible when you are out taking photos and then matching colors in post. Have a good day, everybody, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching this video. Please give me a thumbs up. That lets me know that I'm on the right track producing content which is useful and helpful to you. If you have any questions or comments, please leave those in the comments section below. I'm pretty good about checking these every couple of days and answering questions. If you have any suggestions or ideas for future videos, and if I have the technical know-how and equipment, I'm more than happy to make those. One last thing. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. I gotta get up, Steinbeck. I have to turn off the camera.